Hey y'all, welcome back. So in today's video, I am gonna share with you all my fireplace mantle and my entertainment center, all decorated for what I'm calling this transitional time where we're over the 4th of July and the patriotic decor, but we're not quite to the fall time yet, where we can decorate with all of the beautiful fall colors and fall things. So we're in this in-between zone where I personally don't want to decorate with summertime decor anymore. I feel like I already did that before all of my patriotic decor. So I'm in this zone of how do I decorate where I can just remove some things to add in my fall decor when it's time to decorate for fall, but also still have it look beautiful during this transitional time. So I've come up with an idea that I think looks really beautiful and I wanted to share it with you all. As you can tell, there's a lot going on behind me. So let's go ahead and get into the decorating. So this is what we're working with for the fireplace mantle. As of right now, what I have on there is what I always keep up there, which is just this screen of sorts. I don't really know what it is, y'all, but it was here on this property when we moved in. So I thought it was really pretty. So I decided to put it here on the fireplace mantle, and it's just hung up there with some nails. And then to that, I added 2 baskets that I went ahead and secured with some wire so that they're nice and sturdy when we add some decor to the front of them. But this is our starting point for our mantle. So now let me go ahead and share with you all the decor that we're going to be using on the mantle. So one of my favorite things to decorate with is vintage and antique books. They're so perfect to decorate with because you can use them as risers, you can display them as what they are, which is just books. You can show the spines of them, you can show the pages of them. Any way that you decorate with antique and vintage books looks absolutely beautiful. So let me share with you all some of my favorites. So these right here are why I absolutely love decorating with vintage and antique books, is the way that the pages look. That's one of my favorite elements of them, is the colors that they get over the years and the wear that they've gone through. Y'all, I looked through some of these books and some of them are actually from the 1800s, which is absolutely crazy that they've lasted this long and they're actually in really good condition. And it's just so exciting. One of my favorite things when it comes to vintage and antique shopping is getting things that belong to someone else and wondering who that person was, what they were up to when they bought these items, and just to think how old they were and what was going on during that time frame. So these are some of my favorites. I absolutely love how this one has this writing on it. It says E. Smith. They're just so pretty to decorate with. And I do have another one that I want to share with you all as well. This book right here is another one of my favorites to decorate with, but this one is really cool because this one is actually called The Complete Dog Book. It's an AKC book from, I think it was the 20s. Okay, no, from 1943. And actually, y'all, I was looking through this one and it does have some really, really good information in it. So it's one of my favorite books. I love looking through it and I also love decorating with it. Again, the pages are really nice and worn. I love that it's a green color, super pretty. One of my favorite books to decorate with. And just to let you all know, I buy all of my books at estate sales, at yard sales. Sometimes at vintage shops, I'll find books for a good deal. I've found all of these books from anywhere from $1 to $5. $5 is usually my max for a book. But now that I know that some of my books are from the 1800s, it's kind of crazy to think that they only cost me $5. I'm sure if I found them at an actual antique shop, they would have cost me a lot more than that. But I am so lucky that I have all of these books and I can't wait to decorate with them. Next, I'm going to be adding some anchoring pieces to either side of the fireplace mantle. I usually love to use these iron candlesticks right here that I picked up at Hobby Lobby a while ago. They're super beautiful. They're super heavy as well. One is larger than the other one, but they look so pretty on either side of the fireplace mantle just to kind of finish off the entire mantle. And it looks nice to have your eye kind of go from taller to shorter and down to the middle so that you just kind of look at everything and your eyes can wander and really enjoy the decor. So the main stars of the fireplace are definitely going to be the books. We have about 9 books that we're going to be decorating with, but to that I like to add in some little decor pieces here and there just to kind of liven it all up and give it a little bit more of a whimsy look. So one of the things that we're going to be adding is going to be this beautiful plaster bird here. So this is actually something that I'm sure should have been painted, and then I think you put them in some kind of a kiln or oven. I'm not quite sure how that works. I've never done that before, although it does seem like a fun project. But I absolutely love this bird in white. It's beautiful just as it is. It's simple, and it just kind of brings your eye to it because your eye wonders what exactly is that, and you feel like getting closer to the fireplace and looking at the decor. And that's one of my favorite parts about decorating, is making people kind of wonder and want to go up to your decor and take a closer look at everything. Up next, another one of my favorite things to decorate with, to just finish off any type of vignette or piece that I'm decorating, is this candle holder right here. So I absolutely love this because it looks super vintage and antique. I'm not sure any of this piece's history, but it's really pretty. I like how it has this part right here where your thumb would actually hold for comfort, I guess. And I like the patina on it. I think if I were to clean this up, it would look a little bit more brassy like this, but I actually really love the patina on it. And then I'm just gonna add a simple candle to it. And the other cool thing about this piece is you can change out the candle on it, then you can change it throughout the seasons. But this is definitely a piece that I'm constantly decorating with. Another cool piece that we're gonna be adding to the fireplace is gonna be this right here. Y'all, I'm not quite sure what this is. I think or thought maybe it was a bell at some point, like maybe it had the little part that, you know, you would do this and it would ring, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. I just think it's cute. It looks like a little bell, but it also looks like it could be a little pear or a little apple. And I love that it's a brass color. So I really like decorating with this piece, and I think it looks really cute along with some books because it kind of gives you that like teacher vibe a little bit. Not that I'm a teacher, but I feel like it just goes with books. So this is gonna be one of the elements that we use. Now this piece is another one of my favorites to decorate with. I have a lot of favorite little pieces that I like to use to finish off any of my spaces. So this is another one of those pieces. This is a vintage industrial spool that I picked up at an antique shop. So this is really pretty because I love the wood color, solid wood, and it just has a lot of wear to it. And it's another one of those pieces where you kind of question, like, where did this come from? Who was using this? What years were they using this? Like, that's just cool to let your mind wander and think about all of these things. So this is going to be one of the decor elements that we use today, and I'm actually going to use it as a riser for our beautiful white bird, and it's just going to go just like this. I usually use this piece as a riser, and I think it's perfect for that because of the beautiful design that it has here, just by the very nature of it being a vintage spool. And it's kind of cool. It has a number 2 on it right here. Not sure if you can see that. Yeah, you can. It's cool to see all of the vintage wear that it has. Another little finisher piece that we're going to be using is going to be this little oil lamp right here. So this one I recently picked up at a yard sale around my area, and it's absolutely beautiful. It has a lot of design on the actual lamp itself, and this one is cool because it actually came with the globe. I have several of these that don't have the globe on them. I still love decorating with them, but this one was really neat because it had the globe, and I don't have anything like this. So this is going to be another one of those little finishing pieces for our fireplace mantle. And lastly, to finish the whole thing off, we're going to be adding in some little greenery sprigs. So this is the part where I'm telling you all this will transition to fall really easily. We can just remove these greenery sprigs and we can add in some fall inspired sprigs. And that's pretty much it. We could give it a fall look, super easy. Of course, you can add in different elements. We can take the bird out and add in some pumpkins. We can add in a pheasant, anything like that to just kind of change it up and give it a little bit more of a fall vibe. But for now, since we're in this transitional period, we're gonna go with some greenery. So that's gonna be all of the elements that we're gonna be using on the fireplace. Let's go ahead and head on up there and decorate. So I wanna start first with our end pieces, which is gonna be the 2 candlesticks. Let's go ahead and place those. So now we can go ahead and start adding all of the books in. And I use the candle stand over here as kind of a bookend to hold these books up to make sure that they don't fall. Now we can go ahead and start adding all of our little finishing pieces, such as our vintage spool, beautiful white bird, and this little piece right here that I didn't get to share with you all, but it's just this little brass trinket dish that I added a greenery pick into. I just folded the pick on itself, if you can tell, and then I just added it to this little trinket dish. Let it kind of be wild and crazy in here, and we're just gonna add this to the side over here. Now we'll add in our little oil lamp and our candle holder. So we're starting to get there. It's looking really beautiful as it is, but I do want to finish off this space right here in the middle that I feel like is just kind of blank. I'm going to be adding another vintage book that we're going to be having with the pages facing out again. And then to that, we're going to be adding our little bell, brass, apple pear thing, whatever it is. And just to give it some interest, as you could tell, I turned the baskets a little bit. I always like to have things turned a little bit. I don't know what it is about it that it just makes me feel like it's a little bit more cozy and lived in that way instead of just being straight up and down. That's just the way that I like to do it. Of course, if you were decorating your own home, you can put things as straight as you want. Now to finish this space off, we're gonna be adding in our 2 greenery picks onto either side, and y'all will see how this transforms this whole space and makes it look cohesive and completely finished. All right, so now we can move on to the entertainment center. So here, I'm also gonna be using some books just to kind of bring our book theme that we have on the mantle down onto our entertainment center. But the books that I'm gonna be using here are not vintage books, sadly. They're just regular books. I need to be on the hunt for some more vintage and antique books so that I have more beautiful pages like that. These are still really pretty. They're not like super white, so they're definitely not super new either, but they would look prettier if they were more used. So I'll be on the hunt for some more books, but we're gonna be using just 3 books here on the entertainment center. So to pull some more of the look that we have going on here on the fireplace mantle, I'm gonna be using another one of the same vintage industrial spools. I grabbed these 2 at the same time, so we'll be decorating with this one here on the entertainment center as well. And this is one of my new finds that I'm super excited to decorate with. I found this beautiful wood duck at a local vintage shop that was for charity and was to support our local humane society, which is really exciting. But I've always wanted to find a wood duck, and this one was absolutely beautiful, so I could not pass it up. I'm really excited to decorate with it here on the entertainment center, and again, it'll bring in some of the similar colors that we have going on the mantle. Another beautiful vintage find that we're gonna be decorating with is gonna be this picture right here. Y'all, this picture is absolutely beautiful. Let me bring it in closer for you all. So look at all of the detail that this picture has on it, along with the beautiful green color that it is. I absolutely loved this picture when I found it. I think I found it at an estate sale and I could not pass it up. So we're gonna be using it to decorate here on the entertainment center. And to this, I'm just gonna be plopping in a little greenery sprig and some little white florals right into it. Kind of messy, just like that. So I have this cord hider right here that hides the cord to our TV. However, it decided to unattach itself right here, and I have this really ugly opening right here that I always like to cover up with decor. I'm sure I could figure out a way to move this up, but it's like really stuck on there, and I don't want to mess with it in case if it just decides not to stick and I'd have to go buy a new one. I'd rather not do that. So I always like to put some decor there to cover that area up. So what I'm gonna be using today is gonna be more vintage oil lamps. These are the ones that I told you all, they don't have globes to them, but I don't really mind. I think they're still really beautiful. This one's really cool because it has its wick in it and it has some beautiful red threading in it. So I really love decorating with this one, as well as it's a very substantial size. And then I have this little baby one right here that also has a little wick in it. And I also picked up with this one. It's little twin right here. So these two are the exact same, and they're really beautiful because of the texture that it has in the glass as well. So they just kind of bounce the light off of them, and I think they look really pretty, especially all together in a little trio. And we're gonna be adding those onto this tray right here. This tray I've had for a while. It came from Hobby Lobby a while back. It's been through a lot, as y'all can tell. It has some paint splatters on it, but that's okay. I'm totally cool with that. So we're gonna be adding this to the middle area right there with our little trio of oil lamps. And lastly, on this side over here, I have a little wax warmer melting thing, like a Scentsy thing that makes the house smell good. I have one of those over here, which is really beautiful because it gives a lot of ambient lighting at night. So I'm gonna actually be rising that up so that it kind of matches our other side over here that's gonna have some more elevated things. I'm gonna be using this beautiful riser right here to put the Scentsy on top of. This actually came from Hobby Lobby, and again, it's something that I've just had for a while now. It's perfect because it's gonna bring in some of the black that we have in that tray that I just showed y'all. And of course, our actual fireplace mantle is painted black. So I always like to incorporate some black onto our entertainment center here so that it kind of just pulls everything all together. And just to finish out the space, because I feel like we have a lot of greenery going on the mantle, we don't have enough going on the entertainment center, I am gonna be adding this beautiful fern wreath right here that I believe also came from Hobby Lobby a while ago. We're gonna be adding this to the bottom of this riser right here. So you'll see that in a second. Let's go ahead and place everything onto the entertainment center. So now when it comes to the fall time, all I'm gonna do is pluck this out right here, probably take this greenery out and this greenery out right here. We can just go ahead and add in some fall picks because I feel like the books already kind of go with a fall theme and everything else is pretty neutral. I would also probably just change out our beautiful white bird right here to something a little bit more fall-like, like a pheasant or a quail or something that I feel would look a little bit more fall-ish. Maybe in a brass color, I feel like that would look really beautiful, but that would be a super easy change to change my entire mantle out to a fall look. And now down here on the entertainment center, to change it out to fall, we could just take this wreath off and add some fall picks to this or add a fall wreath to this. We could add in some acorns or some pine cones into this along with our beautiful oil lamps right there. Over here, this is definitely calling for a pumpkin right here, so I'll need to add one right there. I don't know if I'll keep this picture for the fall time or if I'll change it out for something else. But if I did keep it, I would definitely just change out our greenery in there to something a little bit more fall-like. So as y'all can tell, it would be very easy to transition both our fireplace mantle and our entertainment center once the fall time comes around. All right, y'all, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed coming along with me to decorate our fireplace mantle and our entertainment center in this transitional style. I hope that you guys got some ideas for this time period where we can't quite decorate for fall. Well, actually, you can decorate for whatever season you want to decorate for. So if you're ready to decorate for fall, go right on ahead. I can't wait to decorate for fall, but I'm gonna be holding out probably till mid to late August. I'm not quite sure yet, but I am getting the itch to start to get my stuff out and take a look at it. So I can't wait to share with you all how I'm gonna be decorating for the fall time as well. But for right now, I'm really happy with how this area turned out. So that's gonna be it for today. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.